here's how you do the swish. Okay, so come up here, Barbara. We're gonna. Okay, no, you stand up.
Okay.
We can do stand up thing. Okay. So what we'll do is so let's imagine you're at you're at an event in networking. Okay. So this is the event. Okay. Now and this white space. This is the event. She's associated. She's here, right? And that's the event out there. Okay? We're all networking. So this is an associated state. Okay? Now, the next question is what behavior do you want to have? So you get this feeling of what? Okay. So
I would like to be able to approach people I don't know and tell them, I don't know how many things about myself and my job and everything, and know that I can just talk away and.
Okay, so one of the things you want to do is to talk away, whatever that means. So
yeah.
what behavior, how would you behave if you were doing the things that you wanted?
Okay. Relaxed.
Okay, so your voice would be down, lower, it'd be relaxed.
Yeah.
What else?
No nervous feeling in my stomach.
So if there is not a nervous feeling, what is there?
Yeah.
What's going to be
natural. I would feel like at home.
And how does that feel?
Uninhibited.
Like that woman across the street down there?
No, if that means uninhibited, no. I mean, dressed would be.
Okay,
preferred.
so relaxed.
But relaxed.
Relaxed. Okay, but relaxed. Okay. All right. So you want it to be your voice is down, you're relaxed. And anything else?
Not feel like playing a role, so meaning being myself.
Okay, so you're telling me some not stuff now. We have to put it in the positive. So if you weren't, what would you be doing?
Talk the way I talk to people I know.
And how is that?
Animated. Rather fast. Excited.
Okay, so we got some information. We put things that she doesn't want into what she does want. So we have an idea of the behavior she wants. Now what I'd like you to do is to create a picture, a photograph, of a still photograph of you with the behavior that you want, okay? And put it onto here. Can you do that?
Yeah.
Okay, so she creates a still photograph here, okay? Now I want you to take that photograph and I want you to put it into the bottom left-hand corner. So this is how you would sound, how you would look, how you would feel. But it's a still photograph. Okay. I want you to make that photograph black and white now. Okay, now put it into the bottom left-hand corner of this context. Okay? Good. So that's the behavior she wants. Now, that's represented in this swish technique as that green thing right there, okay? But for her, it's there, okay? So this is your behavior. This is black and white. It looks like it's green, I know, but it's actually black and white, okay? Still photograph. Okay? All right. Context. Now we're ready for the switch. You ready? So this is the context. That's the behavior we want. Then what you do is you ask the person to, you're in the context, to notice the trigger. We haven't found out what that is, but as soon as you see the trigger, okay, I want you to imagine this black and white photograph comes open like that, and it becomes animated and in color, and you actually step into that new behavior, right? And those things you want to change go up like that. So it's like this,
Nice.
like that. You got that? So it's almost like there's a black and white photograph, okay? It opens up and becomes animated, and she steps into it.
Into the photograph.
Into the photograph, the new behavior she wants, and then the behavior that that's changed goes up into the right-hand corner. And it's represented like this little dot, okay? Trigger stays there. You can't change the world.
Okay.
All right?
And then How can I do it if the trigger is a memory?
The same thing.
You also put it somewhere in this content.
Yeah, because it's there. It's in your memory. It comes up. So as soon as that up, be aware of the memory,
Okay.
and then it comes up. And shh. Okay. So that's then. So you do it. So you see the trigger. Imagine that coming up. Okay. And then instruct the person to do the activity 5 times. So what you're doing, you're installing through rehearsal something new for the brain to do. You're saying, when you now see this trigger, brain, okay, I want you to bring up these new great behaviors that Barbara wants, okay? And then take the old one and then put it up into the right-hand corner. And you do that 5 times, and then it becomes an automatic response. As soon as the trigger comes up, the response is that, okay? It's very simple. One behavior is amplified, the other one's diminished. One's amplified, the other one's diminished. And it's just a pattern that you build up. You do it 5 times, and then you test it. How you test it, it says, okay, here we are. All right, now I just want to imagine what happens when you see that trigger. And as soon as they see the trigger, the Swish should activate automatically. I then ask people to rehearse this a couple times a day for the next week, just in their mind, just to reinforce it. Okay, and that's it. Simple technique. It's really fast once you get the right information up. Do you get that? Everybody understand? Okay, set it up. Context, behavior you want. Put it into a black and white photograph in the left-hand corner. Okay, context. See the trigger. Black and white photograph. It expands. You step into it. Okay, the behaviors you want, don't want, go up into the right-hand corner. And they need to stay in the right-hand corner. They need to stay within this system. You see, if you try to get rid of it, okay, it'll come back again because it actually belongs in this system. It's part of the ecology of this problem. So you're keeping it there, but you're putting it there in a way that it doesn't affect you. Get the idea? So all the pieces stay in the system. Okay, it's just that the trigger now. The behavior that the trigger used to initiate now becomes insignificant, so it doesn't affect you. But if you try to kick it away, then it will. I have to see. I worked in Malaysia several years ago at a technical college, and I was teaching some NLP tools, and we were doing change history. And so we got down to the origin of the problem in change history. Technique, and then the person was panicked. She got panicked in tests. Tests would come up. She was a PhD student, and tests would come up, and she would panic. And we were doing this, finding out what the trigger is. And what happened is that when she thought about taking a test, she would see a picture of the devil. And I go, okay. So I go, fine, we can get rid of that. She goes, no, I don't want to get rid of it because it's part of my culture. That part of the and I've researched this, that people can't really find out where it came from, but in Islamic culture is a metaphor that the devil's in the toilet. So what happened is that when she got into stress, it reminded her about this incident when she was a little girl, when she had an outhouse away from the house, and she would get up in the wee hours of the morning to go to the toilet, and her father would say, "Watch out for the devil in the toilet!" And anyway, that came back to haunt her when she was under stress as a PhD student, and she didn't want to get rid of it because that would be a go against her Islamic culture. So anyway, so I go, okay, well that's fine. So change history is not an appropriate technique for that. So the Swish technique would be. So I saw her after class, and we did a bit of a Swish technique about the devil in the toilet. So the trigger was, the toilet, the devil, okay, the new behavior, and the devil went up into the right-hand corner, okay, and it worked for her, and she felt really confident. She goes, trying to kick the devil away. And I go, no, you got to bring it back. Because it needs to be it has to be within the system. It's just that the devil doesn't cause her problems anymore because it's this tiny little dot up in the right-hand corner of your picture.